What is up, you guys? It's your buddy Kaiju, and welcome back to another figure review. It has been a long while, and as you can see, I got a new review station for the figures. I put in this little white top table along with some paper for the background to make the figure stand out a little bit more. And so let's get right into it. Today we are reviewing Leader Class, Revenge of the Fallen, The Fallen. It's kind of weird saying that. Leader Class, Revenge of the Fallen, The Fallen. Kind of weird saying that. Anyways, this here figure is on the Hasbro's Transformer toy line. Pretty cool figure. Got a little bit of orange going on right here, and some orange in his hands. And got some of this orange going on right here and right here. We turn him around to the back. Not much happening, just that plain grayish, blackish color. And then he does have like this butt flap. And let's just get a close-up of the head on this figure. You see we got his like little whisker thingies right here. You can see some of that orange on his head and going all the way through his arms. You can see some going through the arms right here. Got his feet. Now let's get into the articulation of this figure. Now this figure has a few issues with it. Before I get into the articulation, let me just go ahead and talk about the issues. The issues are his head popped off on me once, and I super glued it back, and it's stayed like that ever since. His head used to be able to look down, and it has these red things at the back right here. You can see them right here. Well, orange things right here. And they used to flop outward, but since I super glued his head back on, that is no longer an issue. That is no longer an option. And his knee joints, they are very, very fragile. And when I mean fragile, I don't mean like the peg will break off. I mean if you move it around too much, that happens. As you can see, that happens. But not a big deal. Just, you know, take it, peg it back on, and these here also come loose. It's very. There we go. Those are pretty much the only issues I have with this figure. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Those are about the only issues I have with the figure. But overall, it is a great, great figure. I remember whenever I was younger, I used to play with this thing all the time. Have him and Optimus Prime and Megatron and the rest of the Transformers. Because, you know, all my Transformer figures came from my childhood, and I used to play with them whenever I was younger. Now I review them. Get into the articulation. His head can only look down, and that's just about it. There's no side-to-side, up and down movement. His shoulders can come up this far. Can do a whole 360. He has this bicep bend right here, and he has these little things right here that you can open up and close down. He has an elbow swivel. He's double jointed at the elbows. He can bend in that far, and his hand is as you can see, his hand is a little bit awkward. He can twist this, and his hand is on a hinge. And it says actually mistransformed, actually. This figure is mistransformed because these here little side thingies are supposed to actually be like that. As you can see the difference in the arms, it didn't really look right with me. So I just pushed these back, and that there looks a lot better. That's just in my opinion. And he has a swivel for the chest area. No waist swivel. His legs can come up that far, can bend back, and they have like, I guess you can call this here a thigh swivel. He swivels at the knee, bends at the knee that much, His feet can go side to side and tilt back and forth ever so slightly. And his toes are articulated, but they're on springs, as you can see. So whenever he steps down, they sprawl out, come back up, and they come back up as so. Same thing with the other foot. And that's actually kind of cool because, like, people that can do, like, stucco animation or stop motion, like, you can get him walking, and, like, whenever you pick his feet up, they'll do that like that, and he can just sprawl out. I mean, that's really cool. And that is all for his robot form. Now let's get into his vehicle mode. His vehicle mode I'm not a big fan of. I'm just going to point that out right now. But first thing you want to do is these little horns right here. You just want to take these and pull these back. They're made out of a soft pliable material. And his head, you're going to want to pull forward like this, and you're going to want to force those out. Well, I pretty much just lied to y'all, because these here actually do come out. You just got to force it. I mean, they just don't pop out on their own no more like they used to. I had to force it. I actually broke some of the glue whenever I did that. And you can see these pegs right here, peg into these holes right here. Peg that in. And it's going to be a little tricky because you got to have his head forward and whatnot. Take this peg here and plug it into there. It's a little difficult. You got to twist it a little. There we go. And then his arms, you're going to want, and his arms, you want to face toward you. Have his hands up. And then you're going to want to twist it. Twist him all the way around. And it's a weird looking thingy. Then you're going to come around to the back. You're going to take his legs. You're going to rotate them like this. Rotate them like that. Take his knees. Take his knees and make his knees face inward. As so. And then you take his feet and you make them face outward. As so. And then you're just going to take the legs and you're just going to swivel them around. And then you take this part right here and you just bring it down. And there's this flap right here. You just pull this back and you take it and you pull up on it. And you just move his head to a position and you just take it and it just sits on his face. That's all it does. No pegging. It just sits on his face. And then on his arms, he has these two pegs here and here. And they peg in to this slot right here and to this slot right here. So we're just going to bring these down and peg them in. Do the same thing with the other side. Ow. Pinch myself. Bring them down and peg it right there. And hang on, let's just go ahead and get this back part right here. So there's a slot right here for the peg right here. So we're just going to peg it in. And do the same with the other side. See the little slot right here and the little peg right here. Just gonna... It's a bit tricky. There we go. Got that pegged in. Make sure they're pegged in pretty nicely. And this is originally how he was supposed to look, but his hands were weird to me. And on his arms, you just bring this out like this and pull this out like this. You don't have to do it like this. This is just the way I'm doing it because it just seemed right and that came unpegged. Peg that back. And he has these flaps right here. They're made out of a soft pliable material. You just pull these back and this thing is not pegged in. You repeg it. There we go. And then on the same thing on this side, just pull that out like that. And you could just pull these little things right here out like that. And he has this stand right here. And he has a stand right here and a stand right here. And there you have his vehicle mode. And he's a little mistransformed. Just fix this and there we go. There's his vehicle mode. It looks weird. I mean, it kind of looks like a weird mix between a Predator spaceship and a F-22 Raptor. Shoutouts to Starscream. It just looks weird to me. I mean, I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but he just looks really weird to me. Well, guys, this is going to conclude the end of the video. Please like, share, subscribe. And also, I have some other news in the making. And it is that I have a friend that I have been communicating with, and she does vlogs and reviews. And go check out her channel, show her some love. And her channel name is Super Panda Official. That's right, Super Panda Official. Go subscribe to her, check out her channel. And there will be a link to a video of hers in the description below. And as always, if you want any of the figures that I have reviewed, you can buy them at www.bigbadtoystore, or you can go to Lindsay's Toy Room. I failed to mention that in past figure reviews, but also go to Lindsay's Toy Room. They have some awesome stuff going on. And, you know, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Go check out Super Panda Official. Show her some love. And until next time, guys, later.